Hey kids, welcome back to the second day of middle school success. It's great to see you. Today's reflection question is, what is your favorite food to have for dinner? And why? Don't forget, you need to write at least 2 to 3 sentences. Be thoughtful, use adjectives, and explain why it's your favorite food. All right, thanks Rex, and welcome back to your second day of middle school success. It's good to see everybody. It's a beautiful day. I'm recording this on Wednesday, April 1st, so it's wonderful out there. Get outside. Continue to do your social distancing, at least 6 feet apart from people. But don't let yourself get cooped up inside. You're going to drive yourself nuts. I know I've been running every single day. I really miss track. If you didn't know, I'm a track coach, and so that season's also been delayed, just like school has. And so get outside. I've been going for a run every day, keeping my distance from people, going for walks through my neighborhood in Minneapolis, which you'll learn more about over the coming weeks. And yeah, it's good to see everybody. Looks like Charlie's feeling a little sleepy today. Sleeping. Come on, Charlie, get up. Come on. Kids are at this. I'm wearing flip-flops. You can't see it, and I don't want to show it to you, but I played soccer over the weekend with a pickle jar, and it didn't go so well for me. So I've got a cut on my middle toe, and I don't really want to put on socks or shoes. So please excuse my unprofessional foot attire. But I love pickles so much, I went out right away and I got another jar of pickles. All right, I've got 4 items on our agenda. 1, I'm going to be reviewing the distance learning schedule because I had a lot of students messaging me about expectations about what we're doing for work. They were looking for assignments on Tuesday. Well, I'll go over our schedule and expectations for distance learning in all of your classes today. I'm going to talk a little bit about flexibility and kind of the need to be adaptable and patient in this challenging time of learning a new form of learning. Your teachers are learning things too, along with you and your families. So I'll talk a little bit about flexibility. The third agenda item is Mr. Ermer's contact information. There'll be a document in Schoology which you can go to and access ways of contacting me, and that's important to know how. And then lastly, I'll go over today's agenda. Today's activity that you'll be working with for the next 2 weeks, actually. All right. First one is today's schedule, or first one is distance learning schedule in general. Take a look here. I've laid it out here. This is a typical 5-day schedule, which you could expect. Mondays are going to be A days, Tuesdays B day, Wednesday's an advisory day. I'll explain a little bit more about that. Thursday goes back to A day, Friday goes to B day. So it uses the same language that we have at CGMS during the regular school days, but A day and B day mean a little different thing, a little bit different things now with distance learning. On Mondays, on our first A day, you're only really expected to be working on material that's in your 1, 2, 3, and 4-hour classes. So you don't even have to go into your 5, 6, 7, and 8 classes on Tuesdays. Though your 5, 6, and 7, and 8-hour teachers aren't expecting you to do any content on Monday. So that's what we mean by A day in distance learning. So Monday, you're only going to be expected and be given content for your 1, 2, 3, and 4-hour classes. Some teachers are putting their content out there for the whole week ahead of time. I'm putting mine out. I'm going to be putting mine out on the days, Mondays and Tuesdays. I'm only going to be putting out my A-day content and my Monday content and my Tuesday content for those days. And you're not going to see my later content until Thursday and Friday. So Monday is an A-day. Just work on your 1, 2, 3, 4-hour classes. We're being told that if students want to work ahead, you're welcome to work on your content for your 5, 6, 7, 8 classes, but you're really only expected to do your 1, 2, 3, and 4 class. Tuesday's a B day. That means you're working on your 5, 6, 7, 8 classes. Wednesday's an advisory day. And what that means is your advisory teachers are going to begin reaching out. Today, it is April 1st. Your advisory teachers are expected to be reaching out to your parents. They might ask to talk with you on the phone, and that's great. But today, we're just going to be asking your parents, how are things going from a parent perspective? What are struggles you're having, your students are having? Are you having connectivity issues? Do you need a device still? We're just working out some basic problems with your families. And we're going to be asking your families if there's a phone number or direct contact that works best for us, your advisory teachers, to reach out to you, the students, directly um, on these advisory days. So we don't have to contact or go through your parents anymore or your families. Next week is a short week. You don't have class on Friday, and so they're cutting out this advisory day next week. But starting the following Wednesday, I think it's April the 15th, we're going to start contacting you directly. Thursdays, we go back to an A day. That means you're just working on your content for your 1, 2, 3, 4 classes. And then Friday goes to your B day, your 5, 6, 7, 8 classes. So what this means, as you can see down here, in each of your classes, whether it's language arts, science, social studies, you're only going to be given content twice a week in those classes. So if you're, for example, you're my middle school success class, so you're my 4th hour, you're only going to be seeing content from me on Mondays and on Thursdays. So for how I'm going to be operating, I'm going to be labeling that content in Schoology day 1 work and day 2 work. And I created a new system. I'm going to have all those two, all that content in the weeks folder. So if you go into Schoology, you open up distance learning, you'll see a folder in there now. It's called March 30th through April 3rd. And in that folder, you're going to see day 1 content files and then day 2 content files. So I'm calling them day 1, Mr. Ermer's video, day 2, or day 1, Mr. Ermer's video, day 1, Rex reflection questions, day 1, activities, assignment, and then on Thursday, you're going to see the day 2 stuff. So hopefully that clarified for you the distance learning schedule expectation. Because I did have a lot of students asking me on Tuesday, where's our Tuesday content? So students were expecting content from all their teachers Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and that's not the case. You're just going to be getting content from each of your teachers twice a week. All right, that was our schedule for distance learning. Flexibility, 2. We're all having our own struggles, our own complications with accessing the internet, accessing Schoology. I know today, Wednesday, April 1st, my Schoology hasn't worked all morning. I got in there a couple of times around 8 and 9, but after about 9:30, I couldn't even access Schoology. And so that's why I started making our videos in the middle of the day. I'm supposed to be contacting parents. My computer phone isn't working either, so I'm having issues. I feel a little dead in the water. That's an idiomatic expression meaning useless. I'm not feeling very productive, and so I'm using my time as effectively as I can. So be flexible. Be flexible. Be patient. Your Schoology is not going to work sometimes. Don't freak out. Don't stress about it. Your teachers have all been given the message. Be patient. Be flexible with your students. And with that, what we're only asking of you is to at least reach out to us. So I did have a lot of students just let me know in a message in Schoology, say, hey, I can't submit my Rex reflection question. Where do I submit my 2 to 3 sentences? And I just told them, hey, just send it to me through Schoology. But like I said, my Schoology is not working today. So again, that goes to my third agenda item, Mr. Ermer's contact information. In the distance learning folder, right at the top, you're going to see a new document that says Mr. Ermer's contact information. In there, I give you my email, my direct email address. I'm giving you directions about Messenger and Schoology. I have a link to directions about how to access Google Meets. I've been experimenting with some of my advisory students, and it's a good way for us to video conference if your devices have cameras, or even just hear my voice, because I have had students not have microphones or video. So they could chat still, and they could see my face and hear my voice, and that's a fun way and an easy and direct way to get answers to your questions. So my number one best way to get to contact me is through my email address. I have had zero issues with my email. Emails are coming through, but I am having issues with Schoology and the other websites that I'm using. So just be patient with that. All right, I'm going to get into today's activity. You do have an assignment in Schoology. You're going to be posting a thoughtful paragraph. And you on Monday were asked to reflect on a habit that you wanted to either break or a new habit you wanted to form because you thought it would help you be a more successful individual. And so hopefully you've come to today's lesson with that habit in mind. The directions to that the activity you're going to be working on, I'm going to call it a project, are in Schoology. So what I want you to do is open up that file, read through the directions. It's got four paragraph directions. So I've got directions for today's activity. There's a post in Schoology I want you to post to today. It's going to be asking you to create a thoughtful response about what the habit is that you're trying to break or the new habit you're trying to form, and explaining why you chose that habit. There are directions for your weekend activity. I'm not asking you to post any assignment over the weekend to Schoology, but I am going to ask you to write notes to yourself. So you're working on developing a new habit or breaking a habit, and I'm going to ask you to just kind of be thoughtful about that habit over the weekend and just take notes to yourself. Get some post-it notes or a clipboard or a notebook that you can just kind of put your thoughts down as you interact with that habit, as you struggle with it. And to that end, I want to point out it's okay to fail. If you're really bad nail biters, I have a lot of friends that are bad nail biters. Uh, it's okay to fail. It's you're not going to get graded less if you don't break the habit. So um, I want to make sure you're open and feel comfortable not succeeding in breaking your habits or not succeeding in developing those new habits. Let's say let's say the habit you chose was cut out pop and you don't want to drink any more Mountain Dew. That's great. I don't drink Mountain Dew anymore, and but maybe you snuck a Mountain Dew on Saturday because you were playing video games with your friends online and you wanted to have a Mountain Dew. Just put that down. That's okay. I want to hear about those reflections next week. All right, Thursday post. Wednesday, you don't have to post, but I'm asking you to take notes to yourself. The directions are in Schoology. Monday, I'm going to have a new post for you that will have you be reflecting on all of your experiences over the weekend. And then Thursday, next Thursday, I'm going to be introducing the project that you're going to be actually producing that will help you to illustrate and portray your experience in interacting with breaking these habits or developing these new habits. And I'm going to be very flexible with what you produce. Some of you know from working with you in school already, you liked making movies and you're really good at editing movies. You can make a movie. Some of you really like writing and you're really expressive through language writing. You could do that. You can write a paper, express kind of journaling your experience of your habit. Others of you are going to want to make a slideshow, and that's okay too. So I'm going to be very open to the way you want to portray those habits, and there's directions about how to make that project, and me being open to what kind of project you make. But your projects will all be about the habits you've been working with and your experience with either failing or being successful in developing those new habits or breaking those old ones. And that's it. Oh, hold on. I'll be right back. I had a knock at the door. Just give me 1 second. Hey kids, Coach the Cougar here. Hey, I heard Rex ask you questions about your favorite dinner. My favorite dinner is deer. I'm a cougar. That's what we eat. Well, see you soon. Somebody must have ding dong ditched me. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that was about. All right. Today we've gone over the distance learning schedule. We've talked about being flexible and patient. I know we're all having connectivity issues. The district's aware of it. Schoology's aware of it. It's just going to be what's called growing pains as we learn to adapt to this new platform of learning and teaching. So just be cool. Please do not stress about my class. Just reach out to me in some way. Just send me an email, whatever. Just talk to me and express yourself about your experiences. And you're going to be successful. As long as you're contacting me, you're going to be successful in my class. And we talked about today's activity. So again, open up today's assignment. The directions are in there that will explain to you step by step what you're going to be doing on today, what you're going to be doing over the weekend with your note taking, the type of reflection I'm going to be looking for on Monday. And then on Thursday next week, I'm going to be giving you your actual project that you'll be producing and making over next weekend, which can look like a video, it can look like a slideshow, it can look like an essay, or whatever creative ways you think you can highlight and express to me your experiences in developing new habits or breaking old ones. So great job. Get in contact with me and hope everybody's staying healthy.